Hello, we're not on, are we on?
I think so.
I don't know if we're on. Right, apologies, it says live, we will try again. Right,
We
so...
put 50p at me so we're back on.
At the crucial bit. Oh, that's so...
Cliffhanger.
I bet everyone sat there, paused. Oh, no. Right, so where was I? Right, we'll line up so you can feel with your embossing tool usually. Make sure it's all lined up. So can you see it looks quite bright, doesn't it? So line up one line to another. Now, of course, if you've printed on the back to avoid waste, and then we're scoring, this is all going to be waste. If you score on there, you're a bit limited to how you use the waste.
Good
but
point.
you know, first few times, maybe it's better to do that. So we're not scoring across here, as I thought. Okay, all you're going to do is score into the middle there. So actually, you're only scoring these bits on the banner, nowhere else. You're going to score on the banner, like this, I don't know if you can tell, and across there. So actually, I'm going to change my mind, sorry everybody, let's go with it. So we're going to score straight across the middle of the banner. I think that's going to be easier. So again, you can go straight across, you don't have to. Now it won't be right across the middle because the banner is not, you know, it's a wiggly shape if you like, technical term, wiggly shape. So you're going to score right across your banner, okay? Now that score line you won't see very well, but once you turn to what I was doing initially, and you line up to do the little sort of, it's like a little V, but they're not equal. So don't worry about that if that gets a bit confusing either. So you will have your score line. So you, I don't know if you can tell, I'll just do it. So you're going to score, following your line, up to that middle score line that we've got. Okay, and that is it. Then you're going to repeat that along each line. So I've done that one. So I'm going to line up this one. Again with any... I've got paper so it's a little bit easier. Use any line, and it's just to make sure you've got the right angle really. Where is it? There we are. So, oh look, I moved. There we are. So I'm going to score following my line just to that middle line there, and then I'm going to flip it and do the same again. So I'm just going to use any line on the board. And if some people, you know, you can get confused with your lines. You might think you're on a line there, but actually you're like that, so you're doing like that. So always with just checking a few times. Is that on a line? Because I've got two together there. Yep, I think that's it. So again, I'm going to score there, and then I'm going to do the same with this line. Okay, I think we're about right there. Yep, and I'm just going to score there. So what I will do, I should have brought a ruler. I can use this edge, can't I? Right. So I'm going to try and, oh I can't because I can't see. Right, I'm going to really try and show you where you're scoring. So my pen line is the only places you need to score. This is for like the sort of fold and the V in the middle. Okay, so I might be able to show you that. You see those lines? But of course I did say we score right across first. I do think it's easier to do that first. So I'm just going to draw that in for you and show you again. So your first score, I think, is straight across the middle, and that's not straight, I apologise because I haven't brought my ruler. Okay, I don't know if you can see my pen lines, that makes sense. My pen lines is where you're going to score, and that's it. And then of course you'll cut it out, just like I did here. Okay, so we'll pretend I've scored. Have I? Just checking I have. So mine's already scored and already cut out, okay? So you're left with that, with all your score lines, and then of course you've got your waist, which you can use because it's so pretty. Now, usually, whenever you're making anything, you score and you burnish. which I think we've sort of sussed out last time that the correct term is burnish. Okay, so when you've scored well, it should almost fold itself. So the first score line we did, that's about right, I think. So you can see it's not equal, but don't worry about that. But when you come to burnish that, just make sure your card is lined up, and then you know it's going to be accurate. Okay, so that was our first score line. Now the other score line's a bit tricky. To be honest, people might do it differently. I tend to sort of turn it over a bit and sort of try and nip it, which is a bit of a horrible word, nipping.
Pinch.
Pinch.
That's what Diane said. Pinch.
Pinch, not nipping. Maybe other people don't know. Maybe that's a term for around here, nipping. It reminds me of nursery and school and, you know, never mind. And somebody would just like nip you randomly. So, I don't know if you can tell, so we're pinching.
I got my skin.
We're pinching. Like that, look. Okay, because you've scored it, so it should almost fold. Now, so you can almost see... What we're laughing at.
You got my skin.
So you can almost see-ish the folds there, alright? But we've scored across the middle, but we need to, this middle bit folds in, but these two end bits need to fold the opposite way. So just refold them and pinch a little bit, like fold them the other way. I think that's right. Okay. And what you should find is, it should almost start, and no, that one isn't, look, there it is, it is. It will automatically start folding in. But of course we need to help it a little bit. So, I don't know if you can see from there, the folding like that. I know, but how easy is that? There you go, look. So just give it a bit of a burnish. Right, now, it should... Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, and it just keeps on. Okay, so the rest of it, so I'm hoping that's clear. I can always run through it again if need be. Now the other sheet, which I need to try and get hold of, I've cut all the bits out, prints out like this. Okay, so I think you can see it, but of course I've cut it all out ready. And now it's all moved. So these are all really, really nice elements. So it prints off like this. There's quite a lot of space.
Good job. Did you print on the back?
Yeah, I did. Printed on the back as well. So just cut all these parts out, and then they will just decoupage onto your card. So I'll just grab that back. So you've got the front of your card like that. Spin that round again. Okay. So that will actually fit and cover that. Or you could trim it down a little bit so you end up with a little teeny tiny sort of border if you wanted. Just makes it look like it's got more layers. And then of course foam pads or silicone, whatever you prefer to use. Sorry, that's wrong. We have a door, so you would layer these all up. The little bits in the middle there do need cutting out. I did use my tiny scissors, but knife would be fine. And then you've got the decoupage extra bits. So they're all the layers like that. And how cute is that? And then of course I've got the waist on the back again there. So I'll just pop that over there for a minute. But how nice would that be if it was mounted as it is on a different card? You know, on a bigger card, if anybody likes making bigger cards, so that it's more sort of interactive maybe. So the pop out, this would be a feature. You could have the backing paper behind it and go bigger, or do different things in there. The elements on their own are lovely. You can add to, like we spoke before, you can add to anything, can't you, with whatever you've got in your stash. So like, I know I always mention the glossy accents, I don't know, glitter, anything really. You can, I think before we've looked at paper shaping, so a lot of the other pop-out cards, the designs do lend themselves to being shaped as well. You can always...
That bird would be cute.
Yeah, wouldn't it? I know. So you could do the little, you could do it with a tool, like I do, or with your fingers. And how, I don't know if you can tell this shaped a little bit, so he'd look more fun on there. With the envelopes as well, you can always add to, if you wasn't posting it, couldn't you? You could decorate more. We could put another little bird on the back. I always like a bit of collage, just because these printables lend themselves to all that. I'm sure other people have got lots and lots of ideas, other ideas, but do something a little bit different. I've cut mine out. Oh, I need that. I need my bits. There we are. Don't need them, do I? No. So I've got my door. If you can see, I've cut out the star and I've made it as a door. So what I've done is I've scored just down the side there, and I've put a slim piece of narrow double-sided to sort of stick it. So we're going to try and make a little door. So you've got a little secret bit, and of course it's nice on the back. So I'll just put that together then, really.
You could put a message on the inside of there as well.
Yeah, I was thinking of personalising it really in some way. There's my glue. So I'll get a bit of glue stick all around there, just for speed. Doesn't matter what glue you use, really, does it? So there's my card, and now I'm sticky and working upside down. Okay, so you'll take more time and it will be much nicer. So I will attempt to get my tape off there. And just put a little bit of glue stick on that little bit there, because I might need to move it around. And like with all decoupage, I'll just layer it up straight, you know, so one image is as well as you can on top of the other. And I'm sticky. So that is my little secret door. So I was thinking if it was somebody's birthday, you could put like the little number there, or do you know, or retirement, anything, couldn't you? The only trouble is, what's inside? Happy birthday. So there's my little door. So I was thinking, I was going to try it, but I didn't. So if you printed the banners on paper, thin paper, and drew around it and made a template of the banner on card, sorry. Then printed, you know, the background paper, the design on paper, drew around your banner template, cut it out, but on thin paper like my cheapo photocopier paper, and glued it really well, perhaps with a glue stick so it's completely stuck, and then rescored it and refolded it. You could then have a blank banner, so you'd be covering that. You'd have a blank banner that you could then add something else, as long as it will fold, because you don't want to use like peel off retirement or something, or get well soon, and then as you're trying to fold it, it's all popping off. Or you could maybe print it on the computer, I don't know. So I was going to try that.
And we do have lots of other designs that are not Happy Birthday.
Do you?
Yeah.
Not in the bundle. Are they
The
in
bundle,
the
bundle is just Happy Birthday,
yeah,
I think.
but
But there's a
there are
Christmas
others.
bundle, and there's individual ones which say other things, but I can't think right now. I know there's a thank you, because that's what we printed off the other night for the guys.
Okay, so I've not looked enough then, have I? I think I was just thinking, you know, if you got the bundle. Yeah, what you could do differently with it, I think, really. But again, whenever you stick anything over the top of something that has quite a few folds in, it's a bit of a tricky job. You've got to, you know, it's difficult to try and get it right. So I've just got the decoupage little elements here. I think I've got, yeah, so we've got the little, what is that? Is it, what is it? Is it little steps up to the, no, it's not steps up to the door. You know, like I was thinking like a chicken coop.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know.
like,
It's like a fence, but now I'm looking at it like a hashtag on Twitter.
It's a
with
bird.
the Twitter bird.
It's a birdhouse, isn't it? So it steps up to birdhouse. That's the hole, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. These things do I ponder over these things.
At least it's not a duck, eh?
So I've also cut the poor little birdie's head off and made my own decoupage, which if you print more out, you could do, obviously you can cut more bits out, more elements, it doesn't matter. And I'm just making sure, yeah. Now the only trouble is I really want to do that, but of course of the fold, will it work? Because I haven't folded it. So this is just a bit of experiment really quickly. Live, which is not the wisest thing to do, but hey, it's only the same as what I'd be doing if I was sat here with you anyway. I would say, well, let's try this, and does it work? No. If not, well, print another bit, or cut another bit out and stick it over top. Nobody'd know. So, will that actually fold now? Oh, it does. And then I cut the flower out, you know, without the leaves. So I'm making it up as I'm going along, really. The only trouble is, you've got to get that in the right spot, yeah. So decoupage, you have to line it up. So there's my little birdie. What is it? Is it a birdhouse, treehouse? Yeah, in the birdhouse, isn't it?
That is lovely. I like what
How
you've done
cute
with
is
it
that?
down.
The only thing is it's flying open. But there we are. So, obviously you can do what you like
Very
with it there.
sweet.
The only other thing I did think of, because I really, really like that little rose or flower, and I'm sure most people will know of the way of making, so really quickly making the paper roses. I think they're meant to be roses, but flowers or whatever. You know where you just cut a spiral? Have you done that before? Cut a bit of a spiral. There's actually loads of different dyes you can buy for machines even, and punchers that will punch it out. But at the end of the day, you can see that. You can just cut your own. And a lot of them have a wiggly edge to it. So that is purposely done like that. It's just not my really bad cutting out, honestly. So basically all you do is cut out a spiral. I'll just do it super quick. But that was a bit too big. So I did a smaller one. And you just need a bit of glue or glossy accents. And you spiral it inside, so that small one is actually quite fiddly. I don't know if you can see. And actually it would have been better if I would have cut it from one that's double-sided or something. So really easily you could do it with your fancy edge scissors. I don't know if you can see. And I'm not even drawing it, you could draw it. I'm just spiraling, I think just keep going with it. But you do need a little bit at the end, which sort of acts as a little base. And then all you do is cut it out. And then I would shape it with, well, I usually do, shape it with my fingers. You can buy kits like this that are already like that, and you pop them out and you just have to shape them. So I don't know if you can see, just shaping it, or if you've got the tools, which I have got, but I haven't got it out, and just shape it so you've got a bit more of a spiral. The reason to shape it is because it will move easier for you, because this is quite thick card, and then spiral it, I don't know if you can tell, on the inside like that. My fingers are in the way. Spiral it on the inside, and then you just put a dab of glue and hold it. Then you've got like a little base, a little bit of glue on there, and it sits on a base. And when it's dry, a lot of people crinkle it or ink the edges. Bigger, you know, I'm sure most people have seen them. And then you sort of glue it and let it pop open a little bit. And then what I've got here, I've got a tiny one that I was going to put on there. And I've just got a glue dot, so hopefully it will stick onto there a little bit. But of course this is making it much more 3D.
Oh, that's cute.
And then you just spend a bit of time shaping it, but of course I've gone small, so it's a little bit faffy, and you can just wrinkle the edges, and there's a little rose. So I hope that explains it. Is
Super.
that okay? But they really are lovely. Do you need to say anything else? I don't know if there's any questions, or I don't know. I got some gems, but I didn't put them on. Go on, let you speak.
No, just to say that obviously now that we're non-profit, all orders go towards helping our community work. So it's not us sailing off on the big yacht or anything. It's helping us do the work with the guys in the supported housing and other types of community groups. So if you buy from us, you're helping to do some good as well. Hope that makes you feel a little warm glow in your belly.
Definitely, it's amazing. Yeah, so thank you ever so much for joining us. I really hope that's helpful. If you've watched live or not, hopefully you can, you know, stop and start it, can't you, to record the little steps. So have fun with it.
Yeah. And this look at this. This is next. And that's not fake, that's real. Nom nom nom.
Very nice.
Right. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.